Thank you for waiting. My performance presentation today is How to Care for Fishes, the Basics. And what you'll be hearing out loud today is Mozart's Romance Andante. And that song is, so a research group from the University of Athens divided 240 carps among 12 tanks, and they realized that this music improved fishes' intestinal functions, and also learned that this is just music that fishes enjoy. And so while listening to this music, we can imagine that we're caring for them and honoring them in this way. So we'll be listening to this the whole time. Okay, so some books that are great references for thinking about fish care sort of abstractly is What a Fish Knows by Jonathan Balcombe, The Inner Lives of Our Underwater Cousins. And there are scientific studies in the book and fun fish facts. I learned about the music from this book, and he really argues for less cerebrocentric thinking, meaning that just because fishes have smaller brains than we do doesn't mean that we are better than they are. And their ratio of brain to body weight is advantageous for them, so just because we have larger brains does not mean we're better. I also learned from this book that fishing as a sport for fun is really cruel and bad. Fishes actually remember being hooked from the bait, and they will remember this, but keep going back to the hook just because they are hungry. So they are very much aware of this happening. And also Hermann Hesse's Narcissus and Goldmund. This book, the protagonist Goldmund, he discovers his humanity and empathy through fish. And so he's at a fish market and he looks at the fish being offered for sale and he thinks to himself, why are people so numb and crude, so insensitive? Why didn't they see the mouths of these fish in pain, their deathly frightened eyes? These people saw nothing, knew nothing, nothing touched them. So at-home aquarium basics, starting a freshwater tank. These are some of the things that you have to know about. Cycling. This is a process of establishing beneficial bacteria in your aquarium that can convert harmful waste products like ammonia into safer substances. So a lot of people don't know that before you buy your first fish pet, you actually have to cycle your tank for 4 to 8 weeks before you introduce your new friend. Aquarium size is very commonly misunderstood and important. This is not appropriate for fish. This is too small. It's not even appropriate for a cherry and shrimp. This is pretty good. This would be less than 1 gallon. It sucks that so many stores sell this size of tank, but this is about 7 gallons, and this is pretty appropriate for betas, not for goldfish though. 2 very common fish pets. Aquarium stands are really important because you can't just put it on any furniture. It has to hold the weight of the aquarium. Filtration is a system that removes physical waste, chemicals, and toxins from the water, keeping it clean and safe for the fish. The substrate is the material that you put on the bottom of the tank, like gravel or sand, and it's not just decorative, it has this beneficial bacteria. You need lighting. It'll help your plants grow, and it will provide a natural day-night cycle for your fish. A dechlorinator, which is a chemical used to remove chlorine. You need a testing kit, a heater, thermometer, decorations, because fish need a lot of mental stimulation, and they like playing games, which you'll learn actually if you read Jonathan Balcomb's book. You need food and bacteria starters, and aquarium salt, which is not table salt from your home, and the aquarium salt cures fish diseases and fish stress. You have to stock your tank, acclimate your new fish, and regularly do maintenance, basically weekly. So the most common pet fishes are betas and goldfish, which I touched on, and this is a happy 5-gallon beta tank. This is a great example with live, real plants. These are bad examples. This shouldn't exist, but it exists in every single PetSmart. And these are some more examples of really bad tanks and unethical treatments of fishes. This is an example of fish being used in art. The father of video art named Junpei, his TV fish, video fish, at the time, he didn't know that this was extremely unethical, but it's very likely that the fish in this piece were very stressed out by the screens, and there's nothing for them to play around in, and the tanks they're too small. And this is an example of a happy goldfish tank. is about 20 gallons. Love to see that. Cherry shrimp. If you are not ready to start your aquarium and you think it's too much work to have a bunch of fish, you can start off with cherry shrimp. They produce less waste, and so they're generally just easier to maintain if you're interested in starting one. They're also very cute. And if you're like further doubly not ready for that, a great game to play is Insane Aquarium. It's a money-driven fish tank simulator game. And I've been playing it since I was a child. I beat it many times, the whole game. And this game, you have to beat monsters and stuff in order to pack your aquarium and buy new fish, but it's very fun. Another thing that you can do is a gesture of care. A gesture of care for fishes, which is you can buy pH strips at your local Walmart or wherever, and you can actually test the pH of whatever lake that you'd like to test. In this image, I tested the pH of a lake in Maine called the Westernset Lake, and the lake was in a healthy range of 6.5 to 8.5, or the pH was in a healthy range, so the fishes were happy. The best resources are Reddit, r/aquariums, and r/plan2tank. It has like hundreds of thousands of very dedicated fish people. And this is my favorite fish. I'd like to finish this presentation with my favorite fish. This is a mandarin dragonet goby. I think they're the most beautiful creatures on Earth, and it's my future child. Thank you so much, and if you have respect and care and empathy for fish, you would care for all things. Thank you.